Hey, what's going on, guys? The Collector393 back with another YouTube video today. What's going on, YouTube? As you can see by the title today, we're going to be talking about what happened with faze. I'm not talking about faze, the player that you know, faze alpacas. I'm talking about faze, the clan, the actual clan. Okay, something happened recently. It was actually a couple weeks ago. I didn't have time to cover it. But I'm trying to put the video up now because people were wondering, or people were asking me, what is your take on the matter and stuff like that. So this is my take on the matter. What happened was in CWL, they were playing, faze was playing on the map Stronghold. Now, if you guys know the map Stronghold, one team spawns in that kind of open area with that little hut to their left, and then the other team spawns behind the building. So they spawned. Clayster was on the side where the little hut was, and he got on the little hut, or on the corner of it, and he jumped to a tree. Now, there's nothing in the rules. I just died from that frick. I hate those things. I hate the hive so much. Now, there wasn't anything on his screen that said you're not allowed to be in here. Like, usually when you're not in a spot, when you're in a spot you're not supposed to be in. Now in Black Ops 3, there's that little countdown clock and everything. You know, you get like 3 seconds, and if you don't do it, then if you don't get back in that 3 seconds, then you're kind of screwed. So Clayster jumped to the tree on Stronghold. If you guys know Stronghold and you guys know glitches and stuff like that, you guys know what tree I'm talking about. The tree that he was in, once he got in the tree, there was no speculation. He didn't say, where's this dude at? He's somewhere. There's this dude going off right now. But he didn't say, it didn't say anything like he was out of bounds or didn't give him a countdown or nothing like that. So, he thought it was an okay spot to use. I mean, for me, what do I constitute as a glitch? This was a couple questions that people were leaving me, messages and stuff for. What do I constitute as a glitch or a spot that you're not supposed to be in? I constitute a spot like that is if you can get in that spot and it helps you in the long run. Like if you can get in that spot and there's it helps you out. It's something, there's a lot of things on the game that can help you out. I mean, but if you're getting in a spot that few people can get into or know about, then, it's not a hidden spot. That's a glitch. If you're standing on a ledge or something like that, that was a speculation from Clayster. Clayster was standing on the tree, and he said, well, that should be fine because nobody said in the CWL rules, there's no rules stating that we're not allowed to stand in that tree. And he makes a valid point. There are no rules in the CWL stating that you can't stand in that tree. It's pretty much just like, you go with your gut. Well, what should I use? What shouldn't I use? Stuff like that. Ooh, I thought I'd get him. But, there's not really rules, so when, think about it this way. If Clayster was in there in a pub match, nobody would say anything. Nothing would happen. We're going to play one more game because we got in here late, but nothing would happen. Nobody would say anything because, it's a pub match. Nobody really cares. And, most people will, that put glitches and stuff like on YouTube and stuff like that, most of those glitches get patched. I mean, they watch out for stuff like that. But some glitches, I mean, now compared to old Call of Duties, older Call of Duties, you couldn't come off the ground. You could when you jumped, it was just jumping. You hopped off the ground. That was it. You didn't fly. You didn't double jump. You didn't triple jump. You couldn't wall run. You couldn't do any of that. So it was when AW came out, it kind of broadened the horizons to better glitches, cooler glitches, stuff like that, because in Black Ops 3 you can wall run without wasting any of your boost. You can literally wall run back and forth until you get to the top of the map, and then you could boost from there. It doesn't even waste your boost. So I think that a lot of problems with with Black Ops 3 and the CWL is that people don't know what the rules are. And I feel that you go by your gut. If I mean, obviously Clayster, if he's watching this video, if he watches this video, it wasn't a bad call. I mean, because think about it this way, they won. At first they won, and then a day later they said, no, we're gonna give it to the other team because you did you were in a spot that you weren't allowed to be in. So it was kind of like, if it happened to you, you'd be mad too, because everybody thought that, oh, maybe it'll just be a rematch, and everybody was like, that's fine. Nobody cares if it would be a rematch or nothing like that. But they didn't do a rematch. They just forfeited the win to the other team. And the reason they did that is they just wanted to move on with the matter. They didn't want to have to deal with it. They didn't want to have to, put too much, work into it. They just wanted to give the win to the other team because he was in an illegal spot, and that made the FaZe clan mad. And I mean, obviously, if it happened to us, it would make me mad too. I mean, if you're playing for, if you're trying to be number one and make a bunch of money off of, CWL and stuff like that, or just, professional gaming in general. If that happened to your team, you'd be mad about it. I mean, and then, Clayster made a video. I'll make sure to post that down in the description about Clayster's video. He made a video stating, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything about not being in that spot. Nobody said I can't be in that spot. There's no rules, and he's right. There is no rules saying he cannot be in that spot. It doesn't say he's out of bounds. It doesn't say, there's no countdown. There's nothing. So it's kind of, like I said, you play it by your gut. As a gamer, you play a lot of stuff by your gut. Your gut feeling, for, you think, do I think I can get this kill? Do I think I can do this? Do I think I can do that? And that's just the way Call of Duty is sometimes. You got to play it by your gut. And a lot of people don't like to do that, but that's just a fact of playing in professional Call of Duty. So, Clayster got on and he started to rant and rave, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't do this. Now, if it was me and it was my team, I would definitely make a video being very, very mad about what CWL did, because they didn't even give him a second chance. Clayster did that one spot for one match, on let me get this guy. Oh my gosh, triple hits right now. Kill that guy, thank you. Okay, but if it was my team, I would be super mad. If it was a rematch, I'm pretty sure that FaZe and I'm pretty sure Clayster would not be as mad as he was if it was just a redo. They didn't care. They would think the worst that would happen would be a redo, and they were right. I mean, the worst that could happen would be a redo. That's what Clayster and the other team thought. That's what FaZe and the other team thought. That the worst that could happen would be a redo, and they didn't care about that because they thought that they would beat them no matter what. And they don't care about a redo because, we're FaZe. But, I mean, in the end, CWL made the decision, hey, you're not allowed to be in that spot. That's an illegal spot. And, you can't be in that spot. Obviously, if you're standing on top of a tree and you're not supposed to be there, Clayster made a point on his video, if you guys want to go check it out. He showed a bunch of different spots. He showed a lot of good glitch spots and a lot of good spots that help a lot of gamers out, moving around the map pretty silently and, pretty quietly. And, he kind of just threw it out there to CWL or to Call of Duty in general, saying, hey, look at all these spots. Are these spots not allowed to be used? Are these spots illegal? And he was going off. I mean, obviously, like I said, if I was in that situation, I would go off too. I thought maybe he was ranting and raving a little too much, but in the end, if it happened to me, I would rant and rave just as much as he did. So, shout outs to Clayster. I'm sorry. Shout outs to FaZe. I'm sorry that happened to your that happened to your team. I feel very very bad about it. I mean, obviously, I didn't do anything to encourage it or do anything for it, but. In the end, if that happened to me, it would suck. I would hate it as well. So, I don't like the decision that CWL made. They just decided to forfeit it to the other team. They didn't care. Oh my gosh. Oh, he camped it. I thought he'd move. Anyway, but like I said, if it happened to us, everybody'd be mad about it. So they ended up Optic and FaZe were in a tie for the for first place. And this was a couple of weeks ago that this happened. That's why I said it's kind of late for me to make this video. But everybody wanted my opinion on it. I feel like him making that decision to go in that tree, or him, when you're playing online, and I just want to put this out there, when you're playing on a professional Call of Duty, in a game, it's split-second decisions. That's all I can say. They're just split-second decisions about what's the best move for our team, what's the best move for us to win. It's always split-second decisions when it comes to playing in matches like this, because literally that's all you have is a second to decide. And Clayster thought jumping on that rock would not compromise his team to win. He thought, or jumping on that tree, he didn't think it would compromise his team to win. He thought that if he used that spot and got away with it, then there's really no problem in the other spots that he was using. But then he used the spot, and they said, no, you can't use that spot, and they forfeited the win, which nobody thought was going to happen. Everybody thought it was going to be a redo and stuff like that, but he forfeited the win, and it's CWL's fault, I would say, because it's CWL's fault, as I would say, because they didn't even give them a rematch. They just said, okay, you lose. You lost that game. And for one, just literally, you guys don't understand, that was one, he used it in one round. It's not like he was camping there multiple rounds. Okay, I could see if he was camping there multiple rounds, and that's the only spot he was in, and he was freaking owning, but no, he jumped in that spot to check the bomb that was planted. Okay, and any one of us, if you're a pro player or even close to being a pro player, any one of us would take the easy road and try and get the win as easy as possible. We don't want to sit around and I didn't know that was my guy, but we don't want to sit around and drag the gameplay out when we don't want to drag it out. We want to get it done as fast as possible. We want to win. We don't want to sit around and keep competing against all these these teams when we know we can beat them. So what it comes down to is, hold on, let me get these guys. And there's a freaking hive right there. I don't want to deal with that. I kind of want to just push back for a minute because I know those hives are going to jack me up. Okay, throw this. Anyway, but I just wanted to give my input on the matter and on the, on what I thought. Was it fair? Was it not fair? About, what happened to FaZe and stuff like that. And you know what? I don't think it is fair because, like I said, he wasn't camping there multiple times. He was not, he wasn't using that spot all game. He used it once in one round, and that's the only time he used it, just to get the win. And I feel like it's not fair to penalize him for using a spot that nobody knows if you should be using it or not. There's no rules, like I said, set in place for CWL saying he could not use that spot. So, how are we supposed to know, as gamers, what spots are allowed to be used and not allowed to be used? So, but, I feel that, you can go check out Clayster's video. He kind of ranted and raved. I mean, I would, like I said, but he kind of ranted and raved and showed different spots that he thought should not be used. Or he was kind of saying, hey, should this be a spot? Should this be a spot? Can I use this? I mean, he was kind of ranting and raving on, but like I said, I would too. But if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about what happened to FaZe. About if you guys have just hearing this story now, I'll link Clayster's video down in the description. You can go check his video out, about ranting and raving about them losing that round and falling out of first place with Optic, or falling to the second place or the first place. They were Optic and FaZe were fighting for it. So just go ahead and put it down in the comments below what you think about it, what you think, what should have happened, stuff like that. Go check out Clayster's video about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what, YouTube, we'll catch you later.